Hi tappers, this is Anna. Welcome to Tap Dance Tutorial at Home. And today we're gonna talk about how to choose your first tap shoes. Also, watch this video until the end because I will have a special offer to offer you. Are you ready? Let's talk about tap shoes. So, how to choose your first tap shoes. Let's say you are a beginner and you want to start tap dancing, but you've never done tap dancing before and you're just starting and you are ready to buy your first tap shoes to do your first lesson or maybe your second lesson. So the first thing that you want to consider is take a shoes that is as close as possible as your day-to-day shoes. So meaning if you're a woman and you are wearing heels most of the time, then don't take flat tap shoes. I mean, take something that is as close as possible as your usual shoes. Then the second thing to consider is that as opposed to your usual shoes, you want to choose your tap shoes so that they can fit as a soft shoe. So what is a soft shoe? This is a soft shoe. So you want absolutely no distance between the foot and the shoes. I mean, a little bit, obviously, to be comfortable. You want to be able to move your foot without feeling the foot trembling inside the shoes. Okay, so this you can test. You put your shoes, you try and you do this. And you will see if you feel your foot moving inside. To choose a tap shoes, it needs to fit really. You need to feel it squeezed, okay? When you choose your usual shoes, your city shoes, I don't know how you call them, but anyway, you understand what I mean. Usually you are leaving a marge like this distance. That's what people recommend usually, to leave one thumb like this of distance between your foot and your shoes so that you can change the socks. You can have winter socks and it's not a problem. With the tap shoes, you always gonna wear the same kind of socks. So or it's gonna be tight, or it's gonna be even this sock, okay, this kind of socks. Or maybe you're gonna wanna choose only tights in your tap shoes. You know, it's really personal, this kind of thing. The important is that you want to feel that the shoes is squeezing your foot. Now we're going to talk about heavy versus light. For example, personally, I prefer light shoes now. But I think for a beginner, when you start tap dance and you want to feel the weight of the heel and of the toe, you need a bit of weight. I wouldn't recommend, for example, those slip sole, very light, like a soft shoe for a beginner. Definitely not. I would recommend more something with a bit of heel. Maybe this one is a bit too much, but a little bit of heel. I don't have all my tap shoes here because loads are in France, but I have some still and enough to experience the weight. So for example, this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna weight the shoes. So let's start to weight this slip sole Capezio. Okay, so it's very light. Let me put it this way. Okay, this is 200 grams. 200 grams. This is very light. Very light. I have another very light pair that is this, so it's not, you won't find it as a tap shoes because it's ballroom shoes, on which I put, I mean not myself personally, but someone did put the tap, okay, and arrange it as a tap shoes, as a tap shoe. That is very good. This is very light as well, and this is 200 grams as well. 200 grams, okay. So we have an idea. Those are very light. Now, if I take this one, because I tried a lot of different tap shoes, really, believe me, a lot. And then for me, it ended up that this one was the best. But I tried this one. Those have been made on my measure. Like they cost like, I don't know, maybe £200. Okay, opposite to 70 pounds on this one, and maybe you can find those someone they are at 40 pounds. This one is like much higher, and I never wear them, but never, because they are, let's check, here we are at 300 grams. After 300 grams, do you see the difference? You have 100 grams, and it's a lot of difference. Also, pay attention in your shoes that this edge, the edges of the shoes are not gonna hurt you, because you are not gonna be able to stay hours with your tap shoes on. Okay, so this is another problem. If you need to stay, I mean, of course, you have shoes in leather that you need to make. Okay, so like you know already that for maybe the 10 first days is gonna be like a hell to wear. So, but that means I wouldn't recommend this for a beginner anyway, because you're a beginner, you don't know if you're gonna continue, really, if you really like tap dancing. So there's no point really to invest in a 200 pounds tap shoes. But just to give you an idea. So otherwise, the model is nice, right? It's feminine, you can wear it with a dress, with the trousers. The heel it's not really a problem because it's very large, I mean thick, you know what I mean. So the main problem with those is they are very heavy, and this hurts my foot. And I mean, why do we want to get hurt? We need to be comfortable. So if I, for example, compare those two pair of shoes, so of course you are on heels for someone like me who is wearing trainers all the time. Most of the time I'm wearing trainers. So this is already, just because of the heel, is a bit uncomfortable. But for someone who is walking all the time with heel shoes, it's perfectly fine, and it's very light. So I would definitely recommend something. You can see in the description of your shoes when you buy them, how much do they weigh, okay? And you see if it's like more close to 200 grams, that is very light, or 300 grams, that it's really like, you know, heavy. If you take the shoes too heavy, you might have problems in your legs, in the knee most specifically, because everything is directed with the knee in the tap dancing. The more weight you're gonna put on your knee, the less hours will be available for your knee. I mean, it makes sense. So, heavy, light, a little bit of both. If you're a beginner, you need to feel the weight of the shoes. If you're a beginner, you want to maybe, let's say, 250 grams. Let's split into 250 grams, I would say, if you're a beginner. And that's it. Then it depends if you're male or female, because male, you have more strength, so you might be able to stand heavier shoes. Now, you want to remember that your first tap shoes, it's or gonna be the last, that you're gonna stop the tap dancing after, or it's not gonna be the last. So take something like very basic that you can use with a dress, with trousers, dark, I would say, because the problem is if you take this color at the beginning, unless you know that you're always gonna be in white or in clear colors for your outfits, skin color is more like for a second pair of shoes. Right? It's not the first, like the only, if you have only one pair of shoes, you don't want to take a skin color. I wouldn't recommend, but I'm interested to read your comments about this. So you want to take something very basic like black or dark gray, something that is passe-partout, we say in French. So that's it. Don't spend too much, because it's really not a matter about money. It's not because you're gonna pay 300 pounds your shoes that they're gonna be amazing for you. It's very, very personal, so you need to really keep in mind that you are special human being, that what's good for your friends is not necessarily going to be good for you. We all have very different shapes of foot. The way you manage your weight when you're walking, your body, your size is gonna change a lot. I will put some links of different models that I can recommend. So now we finished to talk about the tap shoes. I hope you're ready to buy your first tap shoes. And if you have your first pair of shoes, you have a bit of floor at home, you can check this video if you don't know which floor to use. And now I'm gonna talk about the offer that I have for you today. So I'm giving away 3 30 minutes lesson coaching one-to-one online. But you need to do some stuff if you want to get this 30 minutes with me for free one-to-one coaching. So you're gonna have to subscribe and click the bell to receive any notification for a new video. You will have to as well subscribe to my website, that is www.annascottartist.com. Also, you will have to follow me on my 2 Facebook. I have a musical Facebook, Anna Scott Artist, and another one that is linked to this channel, that is Anna Scott Dancer. So you're gonna have to follow me on these 2 Facebook and on my 2 Instagrams as well, connected to those 2 Facebook. So Anna Scott Dancer and Anna Scott Artist. And send me an email at annascottartist with a E at gmail.com. The first 3 people who will do this will be able to book with me a one-to-one session coaching online. So that's it for today. I look forward to receive your comments. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon for our next lesson. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up to the video.